Without further ado, let's get up on stage the people you probably came to see. Are you guys ready for your headliners? Seriously, just this side? Who here at the Speakeasy, Mondays Don't Suck, is ready to see Twinprov? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Clint and Buck Vrazel.
Welcome to the show, motherfuckers! Yeah. Give me back my microphone, motherfucker! No problem, motherfucker! Stealing my food in the womb, stealing my microphone, that's it. Oh shit, here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a copy of him, he's a copy of me. Our DNA is P-I-M-P. I'm a copy of him, he's a copy of me. Our DNA is P-I-M-P. Yo, we started out as a single cell, split in two, now we're crazy as hell. Other MCs front, but they're all high, cause I know we're the ladies' favorite genotype. We're two screaming, freaking miracles with bungee cord umbilicals. We bust off theoretical while we drop stone rap empirical. We're devious and cynical, vocabulary's criminal, nerdy, dirty, and clerical, and all our shit's hysterical. Brothers rapping goes back when Cain and Abel rocked the first mic and scratched the first turntable. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Yeah! Here come the lyrical pranksters. Buck and Clint are the doppelgangsters. One is a poet and the other is a prankster. We bring the style of the doppelgangsters. When I came into this world, I was already in it. I'm ahead of them again by like 26 minutes. And I squeeze out and groove with grooves indispensable. When our powers combine, we're fucking twin-visible. Mama gave birth to satirical monsters to educate all your little wannabe rockstars. A lot of it nerdy and a little bit gangster. We bring the style of the doppelgangsters. Matter, antimatter, your birth after birth. We're gonna join forces and destroy the earth. Cause we're so fucking hard and make the ladies all squirm. Okay, we're not that hard, but we're reasonably firm. Yo, some of our shit is made up, but all of our shit is straight up. It's time to get all fucked up, so easy, put your hands up. Here come the lyrical pranksters. Buck and Clint are the doppelgangsters. One is a cow and the other is a prankster. We bring the style of the doppelgangsters. Cause here come the lyrical pranksters. Buck and Clint are the doppelgangsters. One is a poet and the other is a prankster. We bring the style of the doppelgangsters. Now clap, now split, now split, now split. Twin motherfucker, twins prime motherfucker. Twin motherfucker, twins prime motherfucker. Twin motherfucker, next prime motherfucker. Twin motherfucker, twin prime motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Oh, that was fun. Oh, that was so much fun. Betsy, you don't get it? You don't have a fucking clue? Shut up, John. Blow it out your ass, Billy. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, this is the family show. This is the family show. Y'all ready for a trip? We are Buck and Clint Vrazel. We are Twinprov, and tonight you are going to meet the demented parents behind our dementia. You're going to meet the X and the Y, the Betsy and the John, the Alpha and the Omega. Oh, here we go. Who's ready? Motherfucker! All right, so Buck and I have discovered that we have lots of normal functions that most people have, but our childhood was not normal all the way. Started off normal, but then no. So, normal, you hide eggs and candy for Easter. Vrazel house. Your dad says, Mom likes cigarettes more than candy. Let's hide packages of cigarettes all over the house. We're still finding them years later. Mom, not so happy with her Easter surprise. Normal. You take a picture of your family to show and tell. Vrazel, your dad gives you a naked picture of your mom to take to show and tell. Naturally, there's a parent-teacher conference on this one. What made you think this was a good idea, Buck? Dad and I thought it was hilarious. Look how surprised she is. It wasn't even a boudoir shot. It was her cleaning the bathroom. My mother would like just go in there and like clean the whole thing and then take a shower. So she was naked, you know, with like a shower ring and the plunger. Highly bathroom erotic. If that's your thing, bathroom erotic. I was banned from show and tell. Normal. Your dog dies and has to be put down. Frazzle. You come home. There's a note on a bloody blanket in the garage. Says, boys, went to the liquor store. Had to shoot your dog. Bury him before your mother gets home. P.S. Clean the gun. Are you fucking serious? We learned something that day. Nothing softens that hard Oklahoma red pan like the tears of mourning children. Gotta bury you deep, Wolf. Bury you deep. Sometimes the mama dog used to go out there and lay where we buried Wolfie. Which was sad, because 2 weeks later we learned why you gotta bury him deep, because the rain washed him back up, and we had to bury him again! Normal. It's home for the holidays. Your mom comes in, catches you and your buddies smoking pot. She's upset, she's disappointed, she's crying, her little bitty babies, oh, you're doing drugs. Vrazel. Your mom comes home, catches you and your buddies smoking pot. She's disappointed, she's upset, she's crying. I just wanted to be part of the circle. Can I just take a little toke? Sure, Mom, it's Thanksgiving. Puff, puff, pass, just like in the old days. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. Normal. The dad is the authoritarian. The mother is kind of the less tough love, the softer side. Vrazel. Mom gets tired of our shit. She says, no, go outside, put on boxing gloves, and you fight till I'm satisfied. Dad, that sick son of a bitch. Boys, it's time to kiss and make up. Closer. Tell your brother you love him. Now kiss him. Now kiss him. Sick bastard! He would wait until we meant it. We should make Israel and Palestine kiss and make up. That shit is fucking harsh. Let me blow myself up before I have to kiss another man. Unless I've been drinking. Normal. You're driving on family vacation. Everybody takes their turn at the wheel. Vrazel. You're driving on vacation. Take your turn at the wheel. You're 10 years old. Mom says, spell me. And she falls asleep with her hand on the wheel. I just held it there because it somehow felt safer that way. Normal, you're playing role-playing games with your friends in your room. Vrazel. Your mom wants to play too. She gets into character all the way, though. She comes in with a hoodie pulled tight over her face, and she's wielding a steak knife. She doesn't interact or roll dice. You say, Mom, you want to be an elf? She hides behind the couch and doesn't come out. She rises up and says, I'm a spy. We went ahead and put her down for rogue. Stayed in character all night. She got the roleplay experience bonus there. Normal. Getting the drug talk from your parents. Vrazel. Your mom bursts in while you're taking a shit, shoves a can of cords in your hand, and says, drink it so you know what it tastes like. What did I do? I was 9 years old. She did this to me too. It's the only consistent thing she ever did. Let me tell you what. Scared, angry, and buzzed is no way to take a shit. No way to take a shit, man. Did you know? Did you know? You know, I'm a lightweight. I'm like a half-drink Vrazel. You get good drunk on just smelling beer. I was sitting on the pot and I missed. God damn it, that's sad. I'd only been potty trained 4 years. Now, you know, a quarter century, I can sink them from the free throw line. Normal. We can go back to normal. God damn it. You get it? Normal. Teach your kids the golden rule. What's the golden rule, everyone? My dad had a platinum rule. He had a better rule. A rule with bigger balls. Which was? Kick their ass, then pray for their swift healing. Because a lot of fuckers out there don't go by the golden rule. Because there's two types of people in in this world, do you get it? There are stand-up hands, good guys and gals who get it done, and there are folks who need killing. Folks that need... There's a long list of those folks. How about that, Rowdy? Normal. Being brought up with religion. Oklahoma, that's not that uncommon. You guys, you read the Bible together, you go to church, pray together, vacation Bible school. Vrazel, Dad sits us down. Boys, there's gonna be a war on earth. The Antichrist is gonna rise, and he's gonna cover the globe. He's gonna give us the mark of the beast, and we're gonna have to go to the wilderness, to Colorado, to Alaska, and survive on our wits, and then we'll be caught and we'll be beheaded, but we'll do it with glory.
Basically, we were the trip force back before it was cool to be a fundamentalist Christian nutbag.
We were 8 years old! 8 years old, and I had a friend at school, and he was merely Pentecostal. He was merely in a cult.
Right, the other friend, he was merely Jehovah's Witness.
He was merely a Jehovah's Witness.
Tame!
They're like, hey, what's up with your sermon? I'm like, I don't know, I was reading survival guides. I know how to build a log cabin. You don't ever think about girls? Well, I mean, obviously for repopulation purposes. 8 fucking years old!
I'm reading Sweet Valley Twins.
I'm reading Mystery Mark of the New Age.
Hey, the Da Vinci Code? I know all that.
That's old shit.
Holy Blood, Holy Grail? That's bedtime, bitches.
Normal. Getting the sex talk from your parents. Sex talk. If they're cool parents, maybe they'll even show you how to use a condom. If they're very progressive, maybe use it on a piece of fruit. Vrazel. You get the sex talk. You're 7 years old. 7 years old.
He sits down and says, "What do you want to know?" Then she tells us.
What did we do that made you think we were just gonna go out there and start humping it up at 7 years old?
Maybe she knew our dad.
That's fair, but I was
Just ask her.
It was Betsy? Thoughts and feelings?
No, she did fine.
No, she did fine.
We ain't never got nobody pregnant.
I never got nobody pregnant. And so we went to school prepared. Not only did I have the sex knowledge, but I had physical things. I started 2nd grade with a condom. 2nd grade, and it was in my lunchbox, and I guess she was sending a message because it was right in between the banana and the tuna fish. Just kind of a subtle reminder. And it was my Star Trek, the Next Generation lunchbox. So I'd open it up, and there would be Jean-Luc Picard going, "Sex. Girls, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Buck and Clint Vrazel, their continuing mission to seek out new breasts and new vaginas, to boldly yet safely go where no one has gone before." I was mighty, and it was 12 years before I used that goddamn deteriorated condom in the motherfucker.
Cameron, she's falling apart.
She's falling apart, Cameron. She can't take a look at all of this.
She's an old ship, but she drives true. I have to get out and push.
Normal. You come to see a great night of stand-up comedy at the Speakeasy. Vrazel. You get the Vrazels. And the Speakeasy. Give a big hand to all the comics. To Jen, Bob DeVille, Spencer Hicks, Derek Smith, also Brad Chad Porter. One of the amazing guys. You guys are a great audience. And we're going to keep making love to you all night. Let's start things off with a little bit of improv. Yeah.
Yeah? Those?
Let's
Show them how we do it in Texas.
I need some wine. There should be wine up here.
Betsy, you're an addict. You're an addict?
I've only had two.
I know addicts.
I know how many I've had, thank you.
All right, so give us a theme that's been in human lives, maybe even human families, through all of history.
You can yell this out. This is the yelling at me portion.
Jealousy.
Orange throwing.
Sibling rivalry.
Jealousy and orange throwing and sibling rivalry. Rivalry. Thank you. You're going to see us as we take this on through the ages. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
7 years I done waited for you, and 7 years I've been planning my revenge.
Yes, it is I, Pirate Bob.
You don't even have the accent anymore. What kind of fucking pirate are you?
I've been through some sensitivity training, R. And whenever you confront me like that with your physical forces, R, you make me feel an aggressive wave that I want to take out on you, which I will do with words, R. And I will, Pirate Bob will count back from 10. No, 5. He doesn't know how to count.
Pirate Bob, you seem to have burned fine insignias into your wood peg leg, whereas I have a rotted piece of cork I stole from Davy Jones' own ship with my bare one tooth.
Oh, yeah, well, you seem to have a parrot made of gold that talks as a clockwork thing, whereas I have a bat that has rabies.
Pirate Bob, I've got more diseases with more Latin suffixes than you've ever cared to begin to
I've given more diseases to more Latin whores that were male than you've given a slap on the bottom to.
Pirate Bob, I'll have you know that my one remaining eye is the eye of the Furies I wrested from the fates themselves in Greece, and I can see the future where I kick your pirate ass!
Pirate Steve, I have the heart of death that I stole from him in a drinking match at an OU football game, and it's going to consume your soul as soon as I kiss you, Pirate Steve. I've sailed the 7 seas to touch your briny deep.
Sweet Jesus God, Davy, take me now. That's one.
Number 2.
Kane? Kane?
Yes, Eve. I have killed the bull exactly the way. God, it's just so hard.
Kane? What I killed? And look, I invented instruments.
I've been looking for your brother, Kane.
Oh!
Everywhere. We were going to have a pot roast and a bingo game. Yeah.
Yeah, because I killed that pig for that pot roast, and I bet Abel just wove together some reeds to make bingo cards and squeezed out some dye to make little daubers. But you know what? One of us is hard work here. One of us might get angry.
Okay, my angry son.
No, I'm 200 years old. No, don't do that to me.
I just wish that God would have given us some Prozac for you. Aw. Now, where's your brother Abel?
I don't know.
Well, I was talking to God, and he said that his blood cried out from him from the ground. What do you think that means? I've never heard that before.
No, nothing. It's nothing.
Do you want to tell me what you did? I won't be mad.
Okay, is this like the time whenever you're doomed us all to sin by when you fuck?
That is a totally other time, and your mother is older and knows better and is wiser.
Okay, so if I got like older
You can tell me anything. Here, sit down, have a cup of coffee. Adam ground it himself this morning. He invented coffee.
That's great. I invented murder.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's really great. No, in the future, everyone's going to be doing it. No, it's going to be the thing you want to do.
Well,
And sometimes when you want to do that, you want to fuck them too.
really?
Well, yeah, people do it for all sorts of great reasons.
I never even thought of that.
It satisfies a need that can't be filled any other way, Mom.
Really? Adam solves a lot of my needs and fills me lots of different ways.
That's because he's the first one of us. After that, we kind of go downhill.
Well, I guess it's time we both start murdering.
Yeah.
Start murdering.
We'll come back and do a little more for you later. We made those up. That's improv. All right.
Clap it all.
That was the first Mom. I had no idea he was going to show up.
Yay!
We're gonna introduce you to our mother, Betsy.
Betsy Vrazel, the teacher, drinking on a school night.
But
honestly, if you knew the kids that she had to deal with, you'd buy her one. That's. Some of you are old enough to have these little demons spawn, and she's the one putting culture in their brains while you're out there chasing poon. Okay. All right, last defender of our morals in our society.
she's a teacher. She's a thespian. She's a good cook. I said thespian. So we get some of that from her. She's a fantastic cook. She's a poet, and given the choice between flying kites and making us make our beds, she'll pick flying kites every time. With that being said,
That being said,
let's tell you some stories about mom.
all right. I got it.
You got it.
All right.
Take him and go on, Brady.
Okay, so my mom's a pretty good cook. She's a very good cook, and after dinner, my dad would always go, "Boys, go in there, tell your mother good meat, tell her you love her, tell her you like her, give her a hug, and go the fuck to bed." But tonight he wasn't here, so Mom was holding down the house alone. She was also going to school at that time. It was rough. And the thing about my parents at the dinner table was great conversation. It was very witty, very chattery and stuff. And but the thing about it was they had this one obsession, which is clean your plate. You hear that from your parents? Clean your plate, clean your fucking plate, clean your goddamn plate. There are children starving, clean your plate. No nutrition facts, no food pyramids, no let them eat what they want, let them get full, then leave. No, clean your goddamn plate, clean your plate, clean your plate, clean your plate. And you don't get to leave until you clean your plate. So this meant evenings, on the rare evening that it would fall, once in a moon, that we couldn't palate what she was. And we were kids, right? You can't eat putrid squash or nasty peas.
You gotta hide it in a baked potato or
Feed it to the dog, throw it out the window, put it on your little brother's plate so he can fucking suffer.
press the soft parts through the air conditioning vents.
There are many ways to dispose of it. But tonight, its fate was against us because the windows were sealed. The dog was outside.
The dining room was on lockdown.
Our
Mom down.
Our brothers were in their rooms. It was just us versus the shit on a shingle.
We say, Mom, we're hungry. She says, boys, come eat. It's something new.
Oh my God. And that was just terror down our spines because when it was something new, and my mother was a good cook who knew how to do good things with things that she had, but when she had nothing.
That's like the Imam of Iran saying, I'm not going to read from the Quran tonight. You don't deviate.
That's like Gandalf picking up a book going, this says summons horrible demons. Well, I got nothing else. Summon a horrible demon. So she summoned the horrible demon, and this putrid stuff, it was gray, it had chunks in it, it bubbled and oozed with a thickness. It looked like a sick dinosaur had eaten it and passed it along to us.
It looked like if you ate it and then threw it up, it would turn into regular food.
The cats hid. The dog hid. When I put my spoon in it, the spoon sagged and melted, Uri Geller style. It was that bad. I couldn't even close my mouth around it. I couldn't even force my boyish body who could eat anything. Look at me, I can eat anything. But this, not this shit on a shingle. Finally, we're crying because 15 minutes, half an hour we're sitting there. My mother hasn't even come into the room. We knew we were about there. She comes in, we're begging her, we're in tears. She's like, boys, why don't you eat? I love you. I cook all day. I go to school. I work. I feed you, and you won't eat it. We say, Mom, eat it, please. Try it. Try it. And so she takes not just a spoon, but she takes the ladle out of the pan and just slurps like a half a pint of this stuff. And the anger in her face turned to surprise. And the surprise turned to revulsion. And the revulsion turned to laughter. And she spat it out on the floor in a giant chunk.
And we all laughed. And we danced around like the body of a defeated foe.
We took the shit on a shingle and we dumped it in the front yard in the garden, and nothing grew there from that day.
If we had dumped it on the dead dog, it would have come back and killed us all.
But we didn't. And that's the shit on the shingle.
Dinner time.
Dinner time at the Vrazel house.
So, it's the day after Christmas. It's the day after Christmas, and we're all together, and we're never all together. Let's not waste the day inside.
Come on, boys, get up.
Get off the couch. No, you can watch TV later.
Let's play a board game.
No, let's watch a movie.
No,
Let's make a memory.
let's go make a memory.
We can go to dinner, or we can go to a movie. No, let's go out to eat. Why don't we're just gonna go drink. Let's go to this strip club.
Let's go to the strip club.
Day after Christmas. Come on. She's pulling us in the car. Everybody get in the car. Come on. I'll buy you a lap.
Oh, you don't need to be clean to go to the strip club. Come on.
I'll pick you out a good one. So we get to the strip club.
And Mom is buying the drinks.
Mom is buying drinks. I'm relaxing. I'm trying to pretend like she's not there. I'm trying to pretend that I started hallucinating and then I started drinking in reverse order.
Oh, good.
You know, I'm up there and she's like pointing at him. Like, is that one? Is that her? Oh, she looks like that girlfriend. Do you like Latin girls? That girl's kind of Latin. She kind of bounces a little bit. Do I look like her? Just think. So she picks one out, and it's kind of hard to enjoy a bump and grind kind of lap dance that your mom paid for, and she's doing that across the room. Because she's so supportive. Like, I have a feeling if I had started making if I had accidentally lost my stuff, she would come like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you lose your erection. Oh, come on, honey. Ma'am, could you restart for my son? Oh. He wasn't ready. I interrupted. I'm so sorry.
He just may not be used to having a woman when he's, you know.
Oh. No, she's like, no, I know your father. Whisper, whisper, whisper. That always works. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
And you know what? It did work. It did.
It's a very, it's a rare genotype.
So we set out to make a memory,
and right at the end, right when things are going great, right when I think, you know what, this Christmas day after at the strip club turned out pretty good.
pretty darn good.
You know, my younger brother is hitting on the waitress, and we're all sloshed. Mom goes down to start tipping the dancers.
Oh, they work so hard, Clint.
She's just been watching. She knows some of them from school. She taught some of them. Apparently didn't teach them well.
And this is not her first time in a strip club either, because she's got the stack of bills that are already folded on the counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checks them, make sure they're not the higher denominations. Who does that, right? You don't want to give a stripper a $5. Mom's a pro.
So one of the she does some crazy stripper lore fangled thing to get the stripper to come down, and the stripper's like buzzing in her ear, reaches down under the shirt.
Oh no.
Pulls it up over the shit, exposes the nipple, and licks it. Licks the nipple! Merry Christmas! Merry fucking Christmas! It's called roll with the punches. Take what life gives you.
You know what? We set out to make a memory.
And we fucking did! Try burning that out of your brain with years of drinking and therapy. There's a Christmas story. You'll shoot your eye out. No, you'll burn your eyes out.
Motherfucker. All right. So I've got a girlfriend at this point in my life. Not now. She. Wait till you hear the story. You gotta listen to the whole thing. Savor it. Betsy. At her absolute best. So she's like, Buck, when are you gonna take me home to meet your mom? Oh, silly thing. You don't want to do that. Why don't we meet at a lunch at a public place? I want to go see where you lived. I want to meet her. I want to see the whole house and the whole clan. No, you don't. You fucking don't. But I wanted her to keep sucking my cock. So yes, we finally did. And they don't ever listen. They don't ever fucking listen. You don't want to go there. It is a place of madness. It is a very silly place of madness. People run away screaming. They run away in tears. They run away and they change their genders, their orientations, their jobs, their pants. Let's go home and meet your mom. So we took her home. We have a great dinner, great evening. My mom sets us up in her master bedroom, her room. It's nice. It's the big bed. My mom's cool. We weren't even married. You can sleep together in there. It's nice. So we're getting ready for bed, and my girlfriend's already in bed. And I'm about to take off my pants. Oh, excuse me. Is everything okay? Mom, we're trying to get ready for bed. You need more blankets? I'll be back. We're good on blankets. Okay, so I'm trying to get undressed. Oh, I just wanted to make sure that you had the phone is in here, and you can open these blinds. These blinds come all the way open. Let me get okay. Mom. Tuck these in. Mom, tuck these in. I'm trying to get undressed. We're gonna go to bed. Oh no, I'll be going. Okay, trying to. Last round for cars. Son of a bitch! Mom. I get it. I'll go. I'll get it. But if you need anything like a toothbrush, you can use mine and you can use Jerry. It's the red one. It's the red one that's kind of faded. It's not blood. It's just faded. It's faded red. Thank you. Good night. Okay. One last time I try to take off my pants. Oh, fuck it.
about this. Oh, is that the way it's gonna be? How do you like that? Freeze! Those of you who've seen the first improv show, I'm gonna skip a little flashback. In this moment, I know 3 things. 1, my mom's not afraid to take off her pants. 2, she's not afraid to take off her panties either. 3, she's an all-natural woman. Woof. The joy of sex that we eventually found, it says it all. So, Mom, on the count of 3, we're gonna pull our pants back on and try to forget this happened. So we get the pants back on. She leaves the room. I climb into bed with my terrified, shaking girlfriend, who has the demeanor of a small mouse who has just seen a giant cat with the eyes of Satan. That's prowling around. And she is communicating that she is the most unsafe she has ever felt in her life. And I said, honey, like a serial killer, I said, honey, you just be quiet and close your eyes and you're gonna wake up and it'll all be over. Just keep quiet, close your eyes, and it'll all be over. Knock, knock, I need to tuck you in. One last time, Mama comes in. I just want to tuck my boy in. So I'm in the bed and my girlfriend's on the outside. Okay, Mom, you can tuck us in. I'm so glad you came home. And as she leans over to kiss me goodnight, my girlfriend, bless her small little mousy soul, says, Betsy, you're crushing me with your boobs. And she says, oh, am I?
Betsy Vrazel her ass. She will tuck your fucking ass in.
Nobody backs Betsy into a corner, and my girlfriend never fucking came back. She ran screaming out of the house. The next day, when she woke from her catatonic apoplexy. So that's what you have to look forward to, but you never listen. They never listen. But my mom, she was very open, right? She was very open lady, honestly. If we sat down and said, Mom, I have questions, she said, sure. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Let's talk about anything. Here are books. We'll find out. We'll go to museums. We'll go to places. And I'd say, well, Mom, how do I cook scrambled eggs? And she goes, well, you put a little milk in it, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I said, how much is a little bit? Because I'm going, I gotta have direction. She goes, well, it's less than a lot. And she goes, well, just put in a pinch of this and a pinch of salt. And I'm like, well, how much is a pinch? Well, a little bit, a tiny little bit. I'm like, what? How much? And then, well, how do I cook it? And she goes, well, you put the biscuits in the oven and you kind of put them on there for a while, kind of hot. Was it medium? Is it very hot? Well, until they're done. Well, of course, until they're done. How long until they're done? Give me a time, a number. Oh, 4, 5, 10, 15
Look, we're our father's child. We need numbers and directions.
Straight lines, corn to grid.
I will be a chemist, not a cook. Damn it, Jim. But driving directions were the same way, if not worse. The map looked like something illuminated out of like a 13th century script from a drunken monk.
There are no numbers.
There is no legend.
There are no street names.
There are just paths which we may take in this world of life. And the directions themselves read like poetry. It's like, take the road less traveled until it spits you out somewhere. It goes on and on until it meets some larger way, and that has made all the difference. But get over to the left when you get on the Skelly. No, roads have no numbers in Betsy Vrazel's world. They have their old names because she is of old and everything has its true name.
She must have been like the descendant of the Oracle at Delphi, because I swear to God, you ask her, who won the ball game? And she goes, well, in the first half, the boys were ahead. 5 minutes later, so did we win? Oh no, we lost. But we should have won.
Like an oracle, the things out of her mouth may contain the truth, but not in a form you can understand. Mortal ears are not bent to hear. But still there is truth. But on the flip side, if you asked her something that would stump most people.
If you ask her a question for the sages.
If you ask her, Mom, what's the secret to happiness? She would sit down and say, it's pretty easy.
be nice to people, listen, read good books every once in a while, get out and enjoy the world, make sure foreplay lasts longer than 10 minutes, and use lots of clitoral stimulation.
And we go,
Really? She goes,
that's about it. Oh, and call your mother.
I'm Betsy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mother. Give her a big hand. She's been a great friend.
Earlier we go, Mom, this show has you in it. She goes, oh, I know.
So we're gonna tell a story. She goes, oh, just like you're not. It's like you're gonna expose the contents of my vagina.
And Clint goes, we are the contents of your vagina. That bears thinking about.
Briefly, before drink.
All right. So my mom and dad were very intense spirit people, very passionate people, and they had unique connections to the world at large, to the universe, and to the heavens. And so we would like to present once again Betsy Vrazel and introducing John Vrazel at prayer.
As it might have been.
As it might have been.
God, this is your servant John Vrazel checking in from Oklahoma. Just getting the update on what I need to do, Lord. Please watch over Billy Ray Cyrus and mend his achy breaky heart, for he is the next Elvis. And the Backstreet Boys too, because they're pretty neat.
Hi, God. Betsy Vrazel, Manford, Oklahoma. And I was just thinking about that boy. What's his name? He used to run around with Cody and Ryan, and he was in that car wreck. You know, he used to go with Alicia. What's his name? What's his name? You know his name. Oh, Kyle. Yeah, why didn't you know his name? Anyway, Kyle's in the hospital. Just pray for that poor little boy.
Lord, please look out over the Dallas Cowboys as they enter another season. Let them not play conservative ball, so help me you. Please let them give it to Emmitt Smith and let him run the fucking football. Watch out for them, Lord, and the refs which they have bribed against the San Francisco 49ers who are owned by the mafia.
God, look, I have 4 wonderful boys. And they're little miracles. They're little miracles. They're little fucking miracles. They are. But the little shits, I can't take it anymore, man. It's just that I'm a little late. And if I'm pregnant again, God, there would be a blessing. But if I was, I would kill it. And if it was twins, I would drown them too. So just an FYI, God, just between you and me, that's Vrazel. And
Bless my seed, Lord, for I have 4 boys and 3 attempts. That's 133% male. Let me be, as it says in Genesis, fruitful and multiply. Well, 'cause I like to farm, you know.
Lord, what did I do to deserve these boys?
Lord, thank you for my boys, my smart son, my slow son, my black son, and my Leavenworth prison son.
He would give the destinies of each child. More on this later.
Well, it's just like, God, would it be too much to ask that they not take a 30-minute shower? God, they're all teenagers. I pay thousands in water bills. And would it be so much to ask that I could come home and just watch my soap opera, but every time I push play, there's porn in the VCR?
Lord, let him not be queer. I don't know about Buck and Clint. Jared's all right.
And Lord, I guess I could confess my sins, but I don't really know if they're sins. For instance, just a little bit of, just a little bit, just every once in a while, just to take the edge off. And a little bit of drinking's okay too. And
Lord, I need to talk to you about a clarification. I asked you if I needed to stop drinking, Lord. And the power went out in the neighborhood except for our house that night. And I need to know if that was the devil at the power company. And And Lord, I went down to the liquor store and there was a man out front speaking Aramaic, making a this motion and a this motion. And I wondered if that was just my eyes playing trick on me, Lord. So just anytime you want to send me a sign, Lord, that I should stop drinking. Just I'm waiting and hearing it.
It's about my husband, John. I know you say I should be an obedient wife, and when he asked me if I want a back rub, I say yes. The only problem is that means 10 seconds of back rub and then penetration. Why, God? Can't you teach him foreplay? Isn't there anything in the Bible?
Lord, I gotta help me look out in this world for my family against the child molesters, the rapists, the criminals, the corporate criminals, and worst of all, the politicians. If I need to take one of them out, I'm ready to do it. I made a list, Lord. I'm just going to run my finger down it, Lord, and just stop me, Lord. Send me a sign, akin to the drinking sign, which I still so eagerly await, Lord. I seem to have gone off the page, Lord. I will start again, this time going by twos.
And Lord, God bless those little fucking hellions at the school that I teach at. When they're not killing each other, they're driving me crazy, and I gotta tell you, it's Monday, and I've been drinking again. Lord, I'll admit to that. And I just don't see myself going into work. Can you just cause a fire, a small fire, perhaps sprinkle that weather? Well, shit, Lord, I'm tired of waiting on you to act. Yes? Is it the Tulsa County Schools? Yes. I saw a suspicious-looking package outside PS number 322. It was ticking. No, I prefer to remain anonymous for this call. Click. There you go, Lord. If you want something done, a woman's got to do it herself. Amen.
And Lord, if you want me to shoot somebody, sometimes a man can't wait on the log. You're done. Amen.
Amen. So we got to meet Betsy. And tell some stories. And now we're going to meet John Vrazel.
You've seen pieces of him tonight, and we're going to share some more about him, because when you're younger, your parents are like gods, and maybe your dad the most. If you're a guy, he's just a god and a giant and a Superman, and he can do no wrong, and his power is infinite, his belt.
And then you grow up, and he becomes a man like the rest of them. He makes mistakes. He says the wrong thing.
But that's normal. That's not John Vrazel. John Vrazel's legend does not diminish, it only grows.
So we're going to share with you some legends of our father. And we say legends because they're things that we heard, he told us.
He told us these things. We do not know if they were true or false.
They might very well all be true.
There is no way to find this out.
We're just going to share them with you.
Complete and unadulterated for the first time on stage, the legend of John Vrazel. I skipped the 3rd grade, why can't you?
He hung his brother when he was 8 years old with a noose he tied himself. And my brother was only saved by the intervention of the local judge, my mother, who gave him a pardon.
He owned a 20-pound cat named Chang, who was so strong it would hunt, kill, and eat small dogs.
My senior year of high school, I played football with 3 broken ribs, a twisted ankle, and an ingrown toenail.
After graduation, went on tequila bender. Woke up in Mexico in the back of a truck with 2 Asian girls who were naked, and my pants were never found.
When I was 17, I came home drunk, crashed the car in front of the neighbor's house, walked up to the door, kicked it down, went inside, and made love to his wife.
For a time,
He said that! He said that to me!
we don't know if his sense of irony was supernatural. If one day we would pick these apart and it would drive us mad. But these are the stories, guys.
No one was available to testify otherwise.
I made sure of that. He dated the beauty queen of Corpus Christi, Texas. He says, I propositioned her, but not for marriage.
When he joined the army, he said, I was in the jungles of Vietnam when I came face to face with a jaguar. The beast and I stared at each other for half an hour and nobody moved.
When he got into the army, he had a perfect SAT score, and he wrote his race as stud.
the Army. He detected with his co-workers the Apollo moon rocket launch from a secret seismological station in Greenland.
Got a call from the president thanking me for my vigilance.
While in Greenland, he played and beat a grandmaster of chess. Following which, he climbed the second highest mountain on the continent while drunk.
And had to be rescued by helicopter because I didn't know the way back down.
He told us this! Imagine that you're hearing these when you're 11, and then just think about them for 20 years. Later in Okinawa, he was a military policeman on base. He would round up all the drunks after 2 a.m., put them in the brig, and take bets on which one's gonna pop first. Because when one goes, they all go. You gotta get them started with a little looking for Ralph and In Japan, he shot a Yakuza gangster in the ass by angling his bullets off of a dumpster.
You should have heard that goot yell.
Got him in the ass. Score one for Uncle Sam. In Chicago, he fended off 3 would-be muggers with a manhole hook covered thing.
They went down.
No, he ended up. This is the only one that may be scant evidence that it's true. He had a hole in his lip for when he says they threw it back and it hit him here. He would put mouthwash in his lip and it would leak out, like when you stab a milk carton with a pencil. In the U.S. Virgin Islands in the late 80s, he fended off a machete-wielding crazed inhabitant of the island. What did he do to piss off a machete-wielding inhabitant of the island? One night before bed he said, "Boys, if someone from the state of Virginia calls about a state trooper handcuffed to a tree with his own handcuffs, I'm not here." What the fuck am I supposed to tell the state trooper? Is your dad home? No. Mom taught us how to avoid bill collectors, but this is different. This is out of our pay grade. This is way out of our pay grade. He was busted no less than 3 times from full sergeant back to private before finally being discharged. At one point, striking a superior officer. At another, going AWOL in Australia for a month. He left a note on his commanding officer's desk that said, "Gone to Australia, I met twins, I'll be back." He got in a bar fight in a Mexican bar with 16 men, with only his brother, who he almost hanged. Our drunkle Raymond. Spent 90 days in a Mexican jail, but that did not cure him, for later he was put back in Mexican jail for running guns across the border. Because Winchester rifles are worth more here. And because Winchester rifles don't assemble and sell themselves to red-blooded Americans. Seriously? International arms dealer? Seriously? He once repaired the fiber optic cable connecting Cape Canaveral with Houston. He was working in Louisiana. In the swamps of Louisiana after it had been cut. He was an engineer. He did work with fiber optic cable. He repaired it with his bare hands. Houston, you got a solution? This shit isn't going. On what was supposed to be a routine campaign call from a U.S. senator, our dad kept him on the line for an hour and made him cry. Gave us the phone so we could hear. It was Mike Sinar, senior senator from Oklahoma, 25 fucking years in the Senate. He picked the wrong man to bullshit, and I set him straight. I told him about the fist fight. I told him suck it up and get it done. Do you get the fist fight? Do you got a fucking clue? Do you believe in God Almighty? Do you? This punk! This is it! This is it, people! The man, the myth, the legend of John Vrazel. How we doing, everybody? Have we got some stories for you? Wherever we were going, we'd hear this, "Boys, required viewing,
I need butts on the couch. Get in here for required viewing.
Required viewing could be anything. It could be a Cubs game. It was most often documentaries, westerns, more documentaries.
World War II movies, John Wayne movies, political TV, whatever he deemed the most important. And my father was a hunter of TV and of media in general. And his TV guides would have 4 different colors denoting.
They were annotated. And
There was a special color just for John Wayne movies. Every minute of the viewing day when he wasn't on the road working to put food in our mouths and sick little thoughts in our minds was dedicated.
No, it looked exactly like his personal copy of a Bible, which he would wear out like every 6 months. But he did it to TV Guide too.
So this required viewing, and in required viewing, we learned about the fist fight. We learned about man versus the system. We learned about what had become the movie code.
A movie could be code if it achieved the following form, because it was secretly about, it was a coder. It was about the fist fight. It symbolized his philosophy, the John Vrazel philosophy. For instance,
Throw in the Alamo, boys. It's about a man with a history of alcoholism and killing small animals and wearing them on his head. Together with a ragtag group of volunteers from Tennessee against an unstoppable force of Mexicans in a Wild West frontier gone wrong.
or The Matrix. Like a lone hacker with a bunch of other rebel hackers with a history of no facial expressions. Fighting against the machines in a dystopic future gone wrong, dude.
Or Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. A lone pink tour bus with a transvestite, a transsexual, and a hyperactive drag queen.
Fighting for man love, fighting against bigotry, and against fashion disasters.
In a wild western Australian outback frontier gone wrong.
He didn't quite buy that, so we were like, you know, like the Tom Selleck movie, Quigley Down Under?
More like Quigley Goes Down.
It's more like Crocodile Dundee.
More like Crocodile Undies and the Wallaby Winkers. Anyway, anything could be code. One Christmas we got video games. And you want to know why didn't you get guns, boy?
That was Mom.
Or baseball equipment. Why didn't you get a baseball? And we had to justify why we got a video game.
No, it's not just a game. It's about a lone plumber with his brother fighting against rapist turtles
With a history of diabetes and pyromania.
fighting against racial stereotypes in an upside-down magic kingdom gone wrong. It's not Castlevania.
No, it's a vampire hunter with his friends, the ghosts, fighting against evil blood-sucking liberals in a Wild Western Transylvania frontier gone wrong.
You begin to see all of the world.
So you guys throw a movie at us and John Vrazel will decipher it.
A movie, a
movie, a play, whatever.
What?
Macbeth.
Did I hear Vanilla Sky?
Sky.
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky. Tom Cruise, little Jewish cocksucker.
Those two are completely independent, but they both apply.
A lone man trapped in a goddamn godless religion, fighting with his Latino girlfriend Penelope Cruz, who is hot. In an illusory future of a yuppie scum world gone wrong.
What was that? The Crying Game. Thank you!
Boys, I was watching this and I think I may make it required viewing.
What is it?
It's about a lone man. I think.
Have you actually seen The Crying Game? Because I have.
All right. I know the secret of the Crying Game.
Ugly Scottish motherfucker, Stephen Ray. Taken captive by that tweaky-eyed black dude. Fighting for his freedom. Fighting for his honor. Fighting to get out and make love to his beautiful girl-looking man boyfriend. Shows the wiener at the end. That's a cock right there. Now I know the secret of The Crying Game. Do you get it?
I think the secret of the Crying Game is the fist fight. Like, oh my God, that's not a. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know.
All right, wow. So really anything becomes a fist fight.
So the fist fight.
So ultimately, our dad would pass out watching these movies. He'd pass out. And it would be a nightly routine. With a drink in his hand, he would fall asleep and he would ooze from his chair, always. He would ooze in a very particular pattern. He would always ooze out and then slide out butt first, like a little child, like repeating the birthing process. And the miraculous thing is that as a professional drunk and a professional engineer, he was precise and he would never spill a drink until he finally woke up. Oh, go! And then there would come the alarm. Son of a bitch! Which means it's time for Daddy Pinball. Everybody get ready. If you are the Vrazel awake in the house, you have got to guide a drunk John Vrazel to his room. He is trying to urinate and he has got to go to bed. No, not there, Dad. That's a family member and that would be a loss of points. You are bouncing him off of the walls, trying to get him to the right bed. No, don't step on the dog. Don't step on the dog. He's got to make his way to his wife. Oh my God, and he's falling down the stairs and that is game over. Son of a bitch. And this time. We'll see you all tomorrow night for another game of Daddy Pinball. But the next morning, I said we didn't have a lot of people
coming over and coming back.
Not a lot of repeat business thanks to Daddy Pinball.
So the next morning is usually Saturday. The best cartoons are on early. It's a law of physics.
You gotta get up like 5:30 to see the weird alien shit, the weird anime shit, whatever's on.
But if you're up at 5:30 with your friends who have made it through the night of Daddy Pinball, John Vrazel may also wake up early because his clock is set. And in the morning, John Vrazel is the troll.
The troll. The troll, by the way, he stalks the house quietly, nakedly.
Searching for sustenance, searching for water, searching for morning news television,
Not expecting children in the living room.
in an upside down drunken stupor house gone wrong.
So we tell our friends,
Whatever happens,
don't look.
don't look, keep your mouth shut. Why don't they ever listen?
The girls don't listen, our friends don't listen.
Why don't they ever listen? Damn your eyes!
We're the only ones who have the genetics to go there. And survive, mostly.
So we would be watching our show.
We'd be watching like Samurai Pizza Cats or something, and there's
And it's like the water in Jurassic Park where it's except it's the milk in your cereal that you didn't drink.
It's sort of like the slow motion version of Daddy Plump. We know his ricochets so well by now.
Boom! He is at the stair. Boom!
Don't look!
He's in the foyer.
Don't look!
Don't look! What's going on? And then there would come a tinkling.
A clanking, a rattling and a canging, the tin animation of his brass balls banging together. Balls, 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 balls.
Balls down the hall, and he burbled as he came.
And then, between the hallway and the kitchen, making a left turn, unbeknownst to the collateral damage, it would come. Like a star destroyer into your field of vision. Not with cannons and lasers, but with veins and hair. And with two giant testicle engines. The cock of John Vrazel. Sailing forever and infinite in the quiet of space.
The dick of death.
If the universal clock had a pendulum, it would be
The dick of death.
dong, dong, dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, ask not who the dick of death tolls for.
It tolls for thee.
Along with a susceptibility to alcoholism and mental illness, it's one of the best things he gave me. Us. Me, us.
Don't make me get the helicopter back out. So, between the fist fight and all this,
He and my mother would go back and forth. They each wanted to put their stamp upon us. Boys, you gotta grow up to be strong men of God. Fight the fist fight.
boys, you're gonna be gentlemen if it kills me.
So Mom would put us in something like gymnastics.
And Dad didn't want us flipping around on a pole, swinging around until we hit the mat just right. He wanted us going out for wrestling. Get in a unitard and slam the other man into the mat until he submits. Because there's nothing gay about that.
And when Mom said, got us out going out for band. And Dad didn't want us marching around in faggoty uniforms with a feather in your hat. Get out there and play some football. Sweaty men in locker rooms slapping each other's asses trying to score.
Hit the shower, slap that ass.
Nothing gay about that.
No, and Mom would send us outside to play and to explore and to see what was out there. And Dad made sure we got into the Boy Scouts.
Because there's no homosexuality in the Boy Scouts. That's for sure. I got my little boots, check.
Got my knee-high wool socks,
Check.
got my tight little khaki shorts, check. Got my blue belt with wolf buckle, check. Got my little uniform with buttons, check. Got my scarf with clasp, got my merit badge with associated award sashes. Got my ribbons, pins, and achievement scarf. Got my dirty little hat, got my epithets. Let's nothing gay about the Boy Scouts. I know lots of knots to tie you up now.
The safe word is tenderfoot.
I'm a tiger cub.
Let's use the buddy system.
I promise to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Because there's nothing homosexual about the Boy Scouts.
Good one, Dad. Backfire. I didn't see it coming.
But you know, as time went on, he intensified his methods.
Yeah, once we hit puberty, it became very direct.
Every birthday, he would offer to buy us a hooker.
From 13 on.
2 if we wanted.
We always turned him down. He
And
was
at
very
first-
good on it.
At first, Mom was like, "Oh, John," and after a few years, just like, "Boys, just take him up on it. What good is it?"
She was a little worried too. He got us one Christmas. We come downstairs to find 2 Christmas issues of Playboy, and for 2 hours until Mom woke up, he was the best dad ever. But after that, he always made sure his copy was easy to find.
And when he came home from the road, he would ask us 2 questions. 1, do you have a girlfriend? 2,
Are you queer?
whether or not you had a girlfriend, always.
Are you queer?
It's like the world's shortest game of Guess Who.
Does he have a girlfriend? Is he queer?
Right there. And so he would bring home stacks of pornography from the internet. He goes, this is his prayer. God bless the internet and the naked women, where the internet is where the naked women live. That's what he always used to say. And he would bring home stacks, just marked March. Thousands of photographs from the internet. Women in swimsuits and bikinis and twosomes and threesomes. Take a look at Mrs. March. I think you'll find her very attractive. You know, he's just shoving this stuff in our face. I mean, so much sex. Just so we would turn out, and it didn't stop when
Yeah, so I got married, briefly, and that's another show entirely.
but we're getting there.
And I said, Dad, I joined an all-men's a cappella barbershop chorus.
Son, I don't know about you. Are you going to run off and join Broadway?
Dad, no, Dad.
Them jumping, singing fagots?
No, Dad.
Bone smuggling?
No, Dad, you taught me to love Sons of the Pioneers and old Celtic and cowboy music. You were at my fucking wedding!
Are you queer?
You were in the front row at my wedding!
Did you do it?
What am I gonna do to prove I'm hetero? Yeah, he just wouldn't until he died. He wouldn't believe it.
And me, he didn't buy for me either. He walked in on me, losing my virginity in the act with the girl. We were naked. It was happening. I mean, it was my first time, so it was a romantic success, but a technical flop. But I was giving it the old razzle try.
Razzle time!
Razzle time! Are you queer? No, you just saw me do it.
But you were listening to Ricky Martin when you did it.
That was accidental. I meant to listen to something
Backstreet
else.
Boys, the Creamy. Patsy Cline.
We will live our lives to try to satisfy this man.
I won't.
You're right, fuck it.
But we will try to live up to the path he paved.
All right, well,
Wherever that may go. Worlds real or imagined.
okay, so guys, you guys have been a terrific audience. Give yourselves a hand. You guys have been terrific. Absolutely marvelous. If you guys treat every comic up here, as Brad Chet says, like you treated us, you will never have an unhappy evening, and happy comics too, I guess. So we're going to take you out one more time with Betsy and John Vrazel in their own words. The remix.
Boys, you get up here right now. Save it, get a password, finish the game, get up here.
Buck, Clint, Luke, Jared, get up. Up the stairs. Now it's time for required viewing.
That's it, boys, up the stairs. We're going outside, that's it. I need volunteers in the kitchen.
Unplug it, turn it off, get up here now.
So help me, I am this close. I am this close.
Don't make me get the belt, because I will.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
Boys, you don't get it. You got no respect for your mother and me.
You little shits.
You don't
have any
fucking
nice
clue. You don't
have nice
get
things.
it. You don't
Mama's not
understand.
here.
Fist
Go
fight.
find it out yourselves.
A
Mommy
bunch
ran
of
away.
communist, socialist, atheist, homosexual, elitist fucks.
It's a phase. You're just going through a phase. Just don't bring a boy
Watch
home.
me. Watch me. Fuck you in the horse you rode in on.
Oh, just go screw yourself. Can I have some more wine?
God ain't told me to quit drinking.
Let's go dance. Let's go dancing.
I'm all about dancing on the mattress.
Always treat a girl nice. Make her feel special.
Give her a full-on lip lock. Hold her close.
Flowers, chocolates, promises you don't intend to keep.
I propositioned her, but it wasn't marriage.
Oh, who do you think taught you that?
You get it from me, boys. You get it from me, not your mother.
Let's go make a memory.
Required viewing, boys.
Let's go make a memory.
Show me who to kill, Lord.
Oh, we can get the car out of the impound. Let's go pick up your brother from jail.
I haven't killed a man since 1985.
Oh, just one more. I just want one more.
Do whatever. If you're gonna do drugs, boy, you gotta be old enough to buy them and get away with it. Upstairs!
Pounds and pounds, Buck. Pounds and pounds.
God ain't told me to quit drinking.
Oh, shove it up your ass.
Boys, I'm proud of you. You did good today.
What did I do to deserve these boys?
Tell your mother you love her, tell her the dinner was good, and get your ass to bed.
I love you. Good night.
Good night.
Do you understand it? Do you get it? Do you understand the fist fight? This is dedicated to my mother, my late father who lost his gin. Thank all of you. Thank you, Speakeasy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Twinprov. They performed the shit out of this stage.